Ryan Holt had never been the type to speak his mind carelessly. A quiet, thoughtful engineer, he always made sure to double-check his words before saying them out loud. That was part of why he had been chosen for the crew of the Galactic Alliance research vessel Horizon, a massive ship that traveled across galaxies to study unknown phenomena. Humans were rare on these kinds of missions, and Ryan had earned his spot through precision, discipline, and a knack for thinking through problems other crew members could not. Yet here he was, staring at a blinking console, cheeks burning in embarrassment, because he had just said something he had never meant to speak aloud. Her energy nodes. They look extra bright today, he muttered unintentionally, glancing at his teammate, Isla, who was checking a set of holographic schematics nearby. Immediately, Ryan's mind screamed at him, "No! No! That was supposed to stay in your head." But of course, the words had escaped. And now, the entire engineering bay seemed to have gone silent. The usual hum of machinery and distant chatter of the crew felt muted, as if the universe itself had paused to witness his mistake. Isla froze mid-step. Her glowing energy sacs, which extended from her lower back and shimmered in soft hues of blue and violet, flickered slightly, reflecting the lights of the room. To Ryan, they had always been fascinating from a purely scientific perspective, alien anatomy at its finest, biologically unique and stunning in function. But now, he feared they had taken his offhand thought as something inappropriate. Ryan started, but words failed him. His usually precise tongue felt tied in knots. Ayla slowly turned to face him. Ryan expected a glare, a snap of her mandibles, or even a sharp alien word he would not understand. But nothing like that happened. Instead, her glowing sacs pulsed brighter, and a sound that resembled soft laughter, or was it approval, escaped her throat. "You noticed?" she asked, her voice calm yet carrying a note of surprise. Ryan blinked. "Noticed what?" he asked cautiously, hoping his voice didn't reveal the panic building inside him. Ayla's eyes sparkled with amusement. "The brightness, the resonance of my energy nodes. Not many species notice it without proper instruments." Ryan's brain stuttered. I was just looking at the schematics." His explanation sounded weak even to himself. "No," Ayla said firmly, but her tone was warm, almost teasing. "You observed, that is, rare. You see, beyond the surface." Ryan froze. Beyond the surface? He was sure he had just ruined everything, yet her words confused him more than they reassured him. Ayla nodded. "Yes, humans are strange in this way. Most species focus on instruments or reports. Few can truly observe the subtle energy shifts naturally. You can." Ryan's mind raced. Wait, is she pleased? Am I in trouble? Is this a compliment? He had no idea what to do with this. On Earth, a comment like his would have been awkward, embarrassing, and probably something he'd apologize for immediately. But here, in the vast reaches of space, with aliens whose biology defied every human logic, it seemed different. Thank you," he said cautiously, unsure if that was the correct response in intergalactic etiquette. Ayla tilted her head. "You are invited," she said suddenly. "There is a ceremony. You have triggered it. I think you should attend." "A ceremony?" Ryan repeated, dumbfounded. He looked around at his crew members who were pretending not to watch. The engineers busied themselves with calibrating panels and adjusting energy cores, but Ryan could feel the curiosity radiating from them. He felt like a schoolboy caught in a teacher's trap. "Yes," Ayla said simply. "It is called the Energy Resonance Exchange, rarely performed with other species. You have begun it unintentionally." Ryan's stomach dropped. A ceremony involving energy nodes and me? He had no idea what that meant. Yet refusing an alien ceremonial invitation could be catastrophic. Cultural mistakes could escalate quickly when interstellar diplomacy was involved, and humans already had a reputation for awkward misunderstandings. He swallowed hard. I don't know how. You will learn, Isla interrupted, her voice steady. And it is safe. Trust me. It is not dangerous. Only delicate. Ryan nodded slowly, trying to hide his panic. The thought of attending a strange alien ceremony was terrifying. He had spent years studying alien technology, but studying alien rituals? That was entirely different. Still, one thing was clear. He could not refuse. Somehow, his accidental words had placed him in a role he never expected, one that could change the way humans were seen across galaxies. As he followed Ayla down the long, winding corridors of the horizon, he took a deep breath and tried to calm himself. The ship's walls hummed with energy, carrying him through passageways lit by cool blue lights. Outside, through massive observation windows, stars streaked past as the vessel moved at faster-than-light speed. He reminded himself that humans had adapted to many things, but this was something else entirely. Ayla led him to a room he had never seen before, one that glowed softly with the same colors as her energy nodes. Floating holograms shimmered in the air, displaying intricate patterns of energy flow. At first glance, it looked like a laboratory, but something in the air told him it was far more than that. "Stand here," Ayla instructed, pointing to a circular platform. "You must focus. Observe the flow, but do not interfere. Your mind is special. You can perceive what is invisible to others." Ryan stepped onto the platform, feeling a faint vibration beneath his feet. He looked around nervously. The walls pulsed in time with Ayla's energy nodes, and a soft hum filled the room. His head spun with the thought of what he was about to do, but he had no choice but to trust her. "Now," she said, placing her hands on the edges of the platform. "Focus on the light. Let it flow through you." Ryan closed his eyes, unsure of what he was supposed to see. At first, all he felt was confusion, a dizzying sense of colors and energy patterns swirling around him. But slowly, he began to notice something. Tiny streams of energy, delicate and shimmering, moved like threads through the air. And somehow, he could see how they interacted with Ayla's nodes, the way the light pulsed in rhythm with her movements, the way it flowed smoothly when she adjusted her posture. He opened his eyes slightly. The room seemed to glow even brighter now, as if the light itself recognized him. For the first time in his life, Ryan felt completely attuned to something alien, something beyond human comprehension, and yet it felt natural. "This is incredible," he whispered. Ayla smiled, the edges of her glowing sacs flickering in soft patterns. "Yes, you understand. You have begun the resonance. It is rare for a human. Most cannot perceive this." Ryan shook his head in disbelief. "I didn't mean to. I just—" "Intent does not matter," Ayla interrupted gently. "What matters is that you see. That is enough." Ryan could hardly believe it. A simple accidental comment, something he had thought would ruin his day or even his life, had led to this moment. He had never felt so important, so capable of something beyond what humans had ever done before. As the ceremony continued, he began to follow her movements, slowly learning how to sync his focus with her energy nodes. It was like learning a new language, one made entirely of light and vibration instead of words. And with each passing moment, Ryan felt a growing sense of confidence. Perhaps humans were not as clumsy or insignificant as some species believed. Perhaps in the right circumstances, they could achieve something truly remarkable. By the time the session ended, Ryan was exhausted but exhilarated. His mind buzzed with the energy he had witnessed, and his body tingled from the strange yet gentle vibrations of the resonance. He looked at Ayla, who was glowing more softly now, and realized that the entire experience had changed him. "You did well," Ayla said. "Better than most. You may have, started something important." Ryan laughed nervously. "I can't believe this. All from one comment." Ayla's smile widened. "Sometimes, the smallest observation leads to the greatest change. You saw what others could not." As Ryan left the chamber, walking back through the corridors of the horizon, he felt a mixture of pride, relief, and lingering awe. He had spoken carelessly, yes, but in doing so, he had opened a door that no other human had walked through before. And somewhere deep inside, he knew that this was only the beginning. Little did he know, the adventure sparked by one accidental comment would lead to interspecies breakthroughs, life-saving discoveries, and a new reputation for humanity across the galaxy. For now, though, he simply allowed himself a small smile. Perhaps, he thought, humans could be more than observers in the cosmos. Perhaps, with the right courage and curiosity, they could be pioneers. Ryan Holt walked slowly through the corridors of the horizon, his mind still buzzing from the energy resonance ceremony. Every step echoed softly against the ship's polished floors, but he barely noticed. He kept replaying the strange, glowing patterns, the way he could sense the energy flowing around Ayla, and most importantly, the fact that he had done it accidentally. He had never imagined that a casual thought, spoken without thinking, could lead to such a moment. And yet somehow it had. Somehow he had impressed, or at least fascinated, an alien species whose technology and biology were beyond anything humans had encountered. As he turned a corner, Ayla appeared. She was walking with calm precision, her glowing energy nodes pulsing softly with each step. Her eyes, large and expressive, were focused on him. "You are thinking about the ceremony again," she said gently. Ryan froze. I guess I am," he admitted. He scratched the back of his neck. "I didn't mean to cause so much trouble." Ayla tilted her head, her glowing nodes shimmering brighter. "Trouble? No. What you did was rare. Most humans do not perceive energy flows naturally. You have talent." Ryan blinked. "Talent? Me?" He was not used to compliments, especially not from aliens whose every word seemed to carry importance. "Yes," Ayla said simply. "You have observed something many cannot. You showed respect without intending to." Ryan's mind raced. "Respect. I said it without thinking. That's not respect, that's—" He shook his head. "I really didn't mean anything by it. I was just curious." Ayla's smile widened, gentle and warm. "Curiosity is the same as respect in this context. You understand the world in ways other humans cannot. That is valuable." Ryan felt a mix of relief and astonishment. He had worried that his accidental comment would embarrass him forever. Instead, Ayla's response made him feel like he had stumbled into an opportunity, a chance to be part of something larger than himself, something important to the ship and to science. "You have a choice now," Ayla continued. "The energy resonance exchange is rare. You can learn to participate further. You can assist in understanding our energy technology. You can help humanity be recognized as capable of things we thought impossible." Ryan's heart raced. He had always wanted to contribute in meaningful ways, to show that humans could match the achievements of more advanced species. This was beyond anything he had expected, yet at the same time the responsibility terrified him. I don't know if I can," he said honestly. "I mean, I barely managed the first ceremony without panicking." Ayla's eyes softened. "None of us succeed without uncertainty. It is natural. You have courage because you acted despite it." Ryan swallowed hard, feeling both nervous and proud. So, you're saying I can actually help? Yes, she said, and I will guide you. You are ready to begin. The words hung in the air. Ryan felt a strange mix of excitement and anxiety. He had spent years studying alien technology and theory, but this was something alive, something that required intuition and connection, not just knowledge. Ayla led him to a section of the ship he had never explored before. Unlike the sterile engineering bays, this area was warm and softly lit. Holographic displays floated in mid-air, showing intricate patterns of energy flow, data streams, and glowing symbols. This is where we study resonance, she explained. Here, humans and aliens can work together to understand energy flows that power ships, cities, and communication systems. Few humans have been invited to participate. You are the first. Ryan's eyes widened. Me? First? Ayla nodded. Yes, and you have potential. He followed her to a platform similar to the one in the previous ceremony. The floor beneath him hummed softly, matching the rhythm of Ayla's energy nodes. You must learn to synchronize with me, she said. It is not only observation, it is cooperation. Together we can discover new ways to manage energy, ways humans cannot alone, and ways we aliens could not achieve alone either. Ryan took a deep breath. He had always known humans were resourceful, adaptable, and creative, but this experience was proving it in ways he could never have imagined. A single human mind, paired with an alien energy system, could achieve something remarkable. Okay, he said, trying to sound confident. I'll try. Good, Ayla said. She extended her hands toward him, and the soft glow of her nodes brightened. Focus on the energy, not the fear. You must trust what you feel. Ryan closed his eyes. At first, all he sensed was a confusing swirl of colors, vibrations, and warmth. But slowly, he began to notice patterns, tiny pulses that mirrored Ayla's movements, delicate flows that seemed to speak to him. It was like learning a new language without words, a language made of light, rhythm, and subtle energy shifts. You are improving, Ayla said after a few moments. Few humans can achieve this quickly. Your mind adapts to resonance in ways that surprise me. Ryan's lips curved into a nervous smile. I didn't even know I could do this. You can, Ayla replied. Humans are underestimated. Often we aliens assume your species cannot perceive what is invisible to others. You prove otherwise. Her words warmed him. For the first time, Ryan felt that humanity's potential was being recognized on a scale larger than Earth or the colonies. Here, in the vast reaches of space, humans could contribute in ways no one had imagined, if they were willing to try. Over the next few hours, Ayla guided Ryan through exercises that strengthened their connection. They traced energy flows through the ship's core, adjusted holographic currents, and learned to synchronize their pulses. Every success, no matter how small, felt exhilarating. Every mistake was met with gentle correction, rather than criticism. Do you feel the difference? Ayla asked at one point. Between the first session and now? Ryan nodded. Yes. I think I understand it more. It's like I can feel the energy as if it's part of me. Exactly, she said. And that is the key. Humans have the ability to intuitively sense resonance, even without the biological nodes our species uses. You have a gift. Ryan laughed softly. A gift? I was just trying not to say something stupid. Ayla's glow brightened slightly. Sometimes what seems accidental leads to discovery. You have discovered your own potential. The rest of the crew, who had been watching from a distance, began to take notice. Whispers spread through the ship's hallways. Humans could participate in resonance. Humans could learn energy flows quickly. Humans could, perhaps, even contribute to interstellar technology in ways previously unimagined. Rian felt a strange mix of pride and pressure. On one hand, he had never wanted attention. On the other, this opportunity was remarkable. For the first time, he realized that his species might be underestimated in more ways than he had imagined, and that even a small, accidental action could reveal something profound about humanity. "Tomorrow," Ayla said as the session concluded, "we will begin advanced resonance training. You will learn to influence energy flows more directly. You may help us discover new techniques that could improve ships, communication, and safety across the galaxy." Ryan's eyes widened. "All that? Me?" "You," Ayla confirmed. "And perhaps other humans, if they are willing to learn as you are. Humanity's contribution could be greater than many think." As Ryan left the training chamber, he felt a growing sense of purpose. What had started as an embarrassing slip, a careless comment about her glowing energy nodes, had led to something incredible. He had inadvertently impressed an alien species, unlocked a rare human potential, and opened doors for humanity that had never existed before. He thought back to Earth, to the stories humans told about being insignificant in the universe. For the first time, Ryan realized that humans could be extraordinary, not because of technology alone, but because of their curiosity, courage, and willingness to observe, adapt, and learn. And somewhere deep inside, he knew this was only the beginning. The horizon stretched across the galaxy, and within it, a human engineer had stumbled into greatness, accidentally, yet perfectly. As the stars streaked past the observation windows, Ryan allowed himself a quiet thought. Perhaps humans were not just visitors in the cosmos. Perhaps in moments of courage and curiosity, they could be pioneers, explorers, and contributors in ways no one had imagined. And all it had taken was one small, accidental comment. The next morning aboard the Horizon, Ryan Holt awoke with a strange mix of excitement and nervous energy. The events of the previous day, the accidental comment, the first resonance session, and Ayla's unexpected approval still buzzed in his mind like an electric current. He dressed quickly in his engineering uniform, trying to calm his nerves. Today, he would take part in the official energy resonance exchange, a ceremony he had only glimpsed yesterday. When he arrived at the chamber, Ayla was already waiting. Her energy nodes glowed softly, pulsing like tiny stars. Around her, a few other members of her species stood in careful formation, their own nodes radiating gentle light. Ryan felt a flicker of nervousness. He had never been part of a formal alien ceremony before. "You are ready," Ayla said softly, noticing his hesitation. "Do not fear. This is learning, not a test." Ryan nodded, trying to steady his breathing. "I'll do my best," he said, though inside he felt the familiar twinge of uncertainty. The chamber was circular with a raised platform in the center. Holographic projections of energy streams floated above it, shifting and weaving in patterns too complex for him to fully understand. Ayla gestured for him to step onto the platform. As he did, a soft vibration hummed beneath his feet, as if the floor itself recognized the significance of the ceremony. "This ceremony is ancient," Ayla explained. "It is used to share knowledge, stabilize energy networks, and create cooperation between species. Rarely do humans participate. Your presence here is remarkable." Rian swallowed hard. I don't know if I deserve that." Ayla's glow brightened slightly. "You do not need to deserve. You only need to participate. Observe, feel, and respond. Let the energy guide you." He closed his eyes, trying to focus. At first, all he sensed was chaos. The pulsing lights, the vibrations in the floor, the subtle warmth of Ayla's nodes. But slowly, the chaos formed patterns. Streams of energy flowed like rivers, twisting and merging in a dance of color and motion. Rian could feel the rhythm now, sensing the tiny fluctuations and surges as if he were part of the system. Ayla stepped closer. "Follow me. Match your rhythm to mine. Feel the flow of energy not only around you, but through you." Ryan extended his hands, attempting to mirror her movements. The energy around him responded almost immediately, pulsing in harmony with his focus. A warmth spread through his chest, a feeling of connection he had never experienced before. It was not just observation anymore. He was participating. He was influencing the energy. The other aliens in the chamber watched silently, their glowing nodes flickering in subtle approval. Ryan realized that what he had considered a simple ceremony was actually a sophisticated method of collaboration, an elegant way for species to exchange knowledge, stabilize systems, and share understanding without words. "You are adapting quickly," Ayla said. "Few humans could synchronize with energy nodes in this way. You are learning faster than expected." Ryan's face flushed. I didn't think I could do it." "Curiosity and observation are your strengths," Ayla replied. "You notice what others miss. That is the key." The ceremony continued for several hours. Ryan learned to anticipate shifts in energy, to guide flows gently, and to respond to fluctuations with subtle adjustments. At first, every mistake made him anxious, but Ayla's patient guidance reassured him. Slowly, he became confident, realizing that humans had a unique way of perceiving energy patterns intuitively, a way the alien species had never experienced from another race. "This is incredible," Ryan whispered during a break. "I never imagined humans could do something like this." Ayla's glow pulsed in agreement. "Your species is underestimated. You have potential beyond what many believe. Today you have shown that humans can understand energy in ways other species cannot. This is only the beginning." As the ceremony progressed, Ryan noticed another layer of complexity. The energy nodes were not just biological. They were part of a network that could store, transmit, and even calculate information. The aliens used them to manage ship systems, communicate across vast distances, and maintain stability during dangerous cosmic events. By synchronizing with Ayla, Ryan was effectively participating in a living supercomputer, guiding currents and balancing flows in real time. "Can humans really do this?" he asked quietly. Ayla smiled. "With training, yes. You are showing that intuition, curiosity, and adaptability are as powerful as our biological advantages. Humans have an unexpected strength." Ryan felt a thrill of pride. It was more than just a compliment. It was proof that humans, often considered weaker or less advanced, could achieve extraordinary things through intelligence, creativity, and courage. Halfway through the ceremony, a sudden alert flashed across the holographic displays. A minor fluctuation had occurred in the ship's energy grid. Nothing dangerous yet, but significant enough to require attention. "Focus," Ayla said calmly. "Stabilize the flow. You can help." Ryan's heart raced. This was real. The ceremony was no longer just training. It was an actual test. He concentrated, sensing the rhythm of the energy nodes, the subtle vibrations beneath his feet, the currents flowing through the platform. Slowly, carefully, he adjusted his hands, moved with the pulsing light, and allowed the energy to respond to him. The fluctuation stabilized. A wave of relief washed over him as he realized he had succeeded. Ayla's glow brightened in approval, and the other aliens murmured in quiet admiration. "You see," she said softly, "your observation matters. Your action matters. You have contributed to something larger than yourself." Ryan nodded, feeling a warmth in his chest. It was more than pride. It was connection. The sense that humans could belong here, in this vast, complex galaxy, and make a real difference. For the remainder of the ceremony, Ryan continued to practice, learning new techniques for synchronizing with energy nodes, anticipating shifts, and maintaining balance in increasingly complex scenarios. Each success boosted his confidence. Each mistake taught him something new. And with each passing hour, he began to understand that the ceremony was not only a test of skill, but a celebration of cooperation, learning, and trust between species. As the session concluded, Ayla addressed him with a calm, proud tone. Today, you have proven that humans are capable of extraordinary observation and adaptation. You have participated in a ceremony that few of your species could ever hope to complete, and you have begun a path that could lead to discovery, innovation, and recognition across the galaxy. Ryan felt a mix of awe and humility. All he had done was accidentally notice the brightness of Ayla's energy nodes yesterday. Yet that simple observation had led to this moment, a human standing among alien experts, recognized as someone capable of understanding and contributing to technology far beyond Earth's limits. "You make it sound so easy," he said, chuckling nervously. "It is not easy," Ayla replied, "but it is possible. And you have shown that possibility." Ryan glanced around the chamber. The glowing nodes, the pulsing energy flows, the silent observers, all seemed to affirm what she said. Humans could do more than survive in space. They could innovate, adapt, and contribute in ways other species could not imagine. As he left the chamber later, Ryan felt a quiet sense of pride. Today, he had discovered something important, not just about alien energy, but about humanity itself. Humans were curious, courageous, and capable of extraordinary intuition. A simple mistake, a single accidental comment, had revealed a talent no one had expected. And somewhere deep inside, he knew this was only the beginning. The Horizon continued its journey through the stars, carrying its crew toward unknown galaxies, new discoveries, and challenges that would test every species aboard. And for the first time, Ryan Holt understood that humans were not just passengers in this voyage. They could be pioneers, innovators, and collaborators, capable of contributing in ways no one had ever imagined. As he looked out at the streaking stars, he allowed himself a quiet thought. Perhaps a single human with curiosity, courage, and willingness to learn could change the course of interstellar history. All it took was an open mind, a brave heart, and the willingness to trust in the unknown. The Horizon glided silently through the swirling colors of the nebula Seraphis, a region of space known for its unpredictable energy storms. The crew was busy monitoring sensors and performing routine checks, but beneath the calm surface, tension hummed like electricity. Ryan Holt, now more confident from his experiences with the energy resonance exchange, moved carefully through the corridors, aware of the responsibility he had taken on. He had practiced synchronization with Ayla many times since the last ceremony. The sessions had become longer and more complex, testing his intuition, patience, and ability to respond instantly to shifts in energy. He was proud of how far he had come, but today there was an unusual sense of urgency in the air. "Ryan!" Ayla called as she approached him near the engineering bay, her glowing energy nodes pulsing brightly. "We have a situation." Ryan straightened. "What's happening?" "The nebula is more active than expected," she explained. "Energy fluctuations are destabilizing the ship's systems. If the resonance grids fail, the ship could lose power entirely. Life support, navigation, communication, all dependent on stabilization. You are needed." Ryan's stomach twisted. This was not practice. This was real. "Me? What can I do?" "You have synchronized with me before," Ayla said firmly. "Now your role is essential. You must act with focus and courage. Human intuition combined with alien resonance is our only hope to stabilize the grid." Ryan swallowed hard. He could feel his hands tremble slightly, but he took a deep breath. "Okay, let's do this." The crew quickly guided him to the central resonance chamber, a large room filled with energy conduits, glowing nodes, and floating holographic panels that displayed the ship's power flows. The usual calm hum of machinery was now punctuated by rapid fluctuations and urgent beeps. "Focus on me," Ayla instructed. She stepped onto the platform, extending her hands as her nodes pulsed rhythmically. "You must mirror the flows, anticipate shifts, and respond instantly. Trust your senses." Ryan took his place beside her. The vibration beneath his feet felt stronger now, almost alive. He closed his eyes, letting the patterns of energy surround him. Streams of light, some flowing smoothly, others jerking erratically, moved around the chamber. At first it was overwhelming, but then he remembered his training, the hours of practice, and Ayla's guidance. He began to feel the rhythm, the pulse, the flow. "Adjust the left conduit," Ayla called. "Too much energy is building." Ryan's hands moved automatically, aligning with her gestures, guiding the flow gently. A warm sensation spread through his chest as the energy responded to him, pulsing steadily. "Good," Ayla said, her voice calm but urgent. "Now balance the right grid. Focus, Ryan. The nebula is stronger than we anticipated." He nodded, swallowing his fear. The resonance felt almost like a living network, responding to thought, movement, and attention. The more he concentrated, the more he realized that humans had a unique way of perceiving subtle fluctuations. The aliens relied on their nodes and instruments, but humans, Ryan in particular, could intuitively sense the energy as a whole, adjusting without relying solely on tools. Minutes passed, each one stretching like hours. The crew monitored his progress anxiously, whispering among themselves as they watched Ryan and Ayla synchronize their movements. Energy that had surged dangerously began to stabilize, flowing smoothly across the chambers, corridors, and conduits of the ship. "You're doing it," one of the engineers exclaimed quietly. Ryan's arms ached, but he ignored the fatigue. He was aware that the ship's survival depended on this moment. He felt the energy pulsing like a heartbeat, steadying as he and Ayla worked together. The resonance felt almost natural now, as if they were part of the same system. Suddenly, a new surge erupted from the nebula, stronger and more chaotic than before. Lights flickered, alarms blared, and the ship shook violently. "Ryan, we need more focus," Ayla's voice carried urgency. "Synchronize fully. Don't let it overpower the grid." Ryan's heart pounded. Every instinct, every lesson from the previous sessions surged through him. He allowed himself to become part of the flow, letting his awareness guide his hands, his mind, his senses. The energy nodes responded, pulsing brightly, illuminating the chamber with a dazzling display of light and rhythm. The surge threatened to destabilize everything, but Ryan held steady. He imagined the currents flowing like rivers, bending around obstacles, joining seamlessly with the node's pulses. Slowly, steadily, the chaos diminished. The ship's systems began to stabilize. Lights returned to normal, alarms ceased, and the hum of machinery became calm again. Ayla's nodes glowed softly in relief. "You have done it," she said, her voice quiet but filled with admiration. "You stabilized the grid. The ship is safe." Ryan leaned against the platform, exhausted, but a sense of pride and wonder washed over him. He had never felt so alive, so useful, and so connected to something far greater than himself. Humans had often been underestimated in the galaxy, but now he knew they could contribute in ways that mattered deeply. The crew entered the chamber, cheering quietly, relief and admiration in their eyes. "Ryan Holt," one of the engineers said. "You just saved the ship!" Ryan laughed softly, shaking his head. "I didn't do it alone. Ayla guided me every step of the way." Ayla smiled, her nodes flickering in a gentle, approving rhythm. Together, we achieved what seemed impossible. And you have shown that humans are capable of more than many believe. Courage, intuition, curiosity, these are your strengths. Ryan's mind raced with the realization that one small, accidental comment, just noticing the brightness of Ayla's nodes, had led to this moment. That casual observation had unlocked a unique human ability, a potential that no one had expected, and now it had saved the ship from disaster. Later, as the ship resumed its normal course through the nebula, Ryan sat in the observation deck, staring at the stars. The experience had changed him. He realized that humans were more than just passengers in space. They could innovate, adapt, and contribute in ways no one had imagined. For the first time, he truly understood the value of human curiosity and intuition. It was not just knowledge or technology that mattered. It was the ability to perceive, adapt, and act in moments of crisis that defined greatness. Ayla approached him, her glow soft and comforting. "You have proven yourself today," she said. "The crew respects you. And more importantly, you have proven that humans can achieve what many thought impossible." Ryan nodded, feeling a warmth in his chest. "I still can't believe it started with something so small," he admitted. "Sometimes," Ayla said, "the smallest observation leads to the greatest outcome. You have seen what others cannot, and acted when it mattered most." "That is courage." Ryan smiled, thinking about the journey ahead. The Horizon would continue its mission through the stars, encountering unknown species, strange phenomena, and cosmic challenges. And humans like him, could play a vital role in shaping the future of interstellar cooperation and discovery. He realized that the galaxy was not just a place to explore, but a place to contribute, to learn, and to grow. Humans had strengths that could surprise even the most advanced species, and he, Ryan Holt, had just begun to understand what that meant. As the stars streaked past the observation window, he allowed himself a quiet thought. Perhaps humanity's potential was only limited by imagination and courage. Perhaps with focus, cooperation, and determination, humans could change the course of events on a galactic scale. And somewhere deep inside, he knew that this was just the beginning. The energy resonance exchange had revealed not only the power of collaboration between species, but also the hidden potential within humans. Ryan had acted instinctively, bravely, and intuitively, and in doing so, he had proven that humans were not merely observers in the galaxy, but pioneers, innovators, and partners in shaping the cosmos. The journey ahead was uncertain, but one thing was clear. The Horizon would not only explore the stars, it would demonstrate humanity's ability to rise to challenges beyond imagination. Ryan stood tall, ready for whatever came next, knowing that humans could make a difference. One observation, one action, and one courageous choice at a time. The Horizon sailed through the quiet reaches of space, its hull shimmering under distant starlight. For Ryan Holt, the past days had felt like a dream, a mix of excitement, fear, and discovery. From the moment he had accidentally commented on Ayla's energy nodes to now, he had been part of something extraordinary. He had learned to synchronize with alien energy flows, stabilize the ship during a cosmic crisis, and, most importantly, realize the potential humanity carried into the galaxy. The ship's corridors were alive with activity. Crew members worked efficiently, their eyes occasionally flicking toward Ryan with respect and curiosity. Word of his role in the energy resonance exchange had spread, and humans were beginning to be seen differently among the various species aboard the Horizon. No longer were they merely passengers or observers, they were contributors, capable of understanding and acting in ways that others had not expected. Isla approached Ryan as he adjusted a panel in the engineering bay. Her glowing nodes pulsed softly, a rhythm of calm and reassurance. "You have done well," she said. "The crew now recognizes your value. Your species has gained a reputation it did not have before." Ryan smiled faintly, still humbled by the praise. "I just did what I could," he said. "I didn't plan for any of this." "Plans are less important than courage and action," Isla replied. "You have demonstrated both. That is what matters." The calm of the moment was broken by a sudden alert on the main console. The horizon was approaching a previously uncharted asteroid field, dense with metallic fragments and unpredictable gravitational fluctuations. While routine for advanced ships, the path required careful navigation to prevent damage. "Ryan," Isla said urgently, "your synchronization with the resonance grids will be vital. This is not dangerous, but the human intuition we discovered in you may be the key to navigating safely." Ryan nodded. The weight of responsibility rested on his shoulders again. He had trained for this, practiced with Ayla, and survived a real energy crisis. But the stakes were real now. He stepped onto the platform at the center of the navigation chamber, where Ayla's nodes glowed in a steady rhythm. "Focus on the flow," she instructed. "Predict the patterns, trust what you sense, and guide the ship." Ryan closed his eyes, letting his mind attune to the ship's energy currents. The asteroid field appeared on the holographic display, moving unpredictably. Normally, the crew would rely solely on sensors and computers, but Ryan could feel the subtle vibrations in the hull, the resonance in the ship's energy network, and the faint pulses from Ayla's nodes. He began to move his hands in tandem with the energy streams, guiding the ship like a river through turbulent rapids. The asteroids shifted, the currents pulsed, and slowly but surely, the horizon navigated the dangerous field with precision. Every adjustment, every small movement, was mirrored perfectly by the ship's systems, as if the human mind had become part of the living ship itself. The crew watched in awe. Engineers whispered to one another, noting that the human instinct Ryan displayed was something even their advanced computers could not fully replicate. For once, they saw the full potential of human intuition applied in a high-stakes scenario. "You are doing it!" one engineer shouted softly. "Steady," Ryan muttered, his concentration absolute. He felt a strange sense of harmony with the ship, the energy grids, and Ayla herself. Together they moved through the asteroid field as if guided by a single consciousness. When the last of the fragments passed, the horizon emerged unscathed. Cheers erupted throughout the ship. Ryan's hands dropped to his sides and he exhaled deeply. He had done it. Humanity had proven its value once more, not through technology alone, but through observation, intuition, and courage. Ayla's glow brightened, and she stepped forward. "You see, Ryan," she said, "humans are capable of more than even we imagined. You have influenced not only the ship's safety, but also the perception of your species. Your courage and insight have created respect." Ryan shook his head, a mixture of relief and pride washing over him. "I still can't believe it started with a single comment yesterday. Just noticing something." "Accidental actions often reveal true potential," Ayla said. "You have seen, acted, and succeeded. That is why humans are remarkable." Word of Ryan's success spread quickly across the ship and beyond. When the Horizon contacted the Galactic Alliance Command, reports highlighted the unexpected human contribution. Scientists and leaders who had once underestimated humans now recognized them as valuable partners in exploration, research, and crisis response. Ryan found himself invited to briefings with other species, sharing insights about human intuition and observation. His presence inspired discussions about collaboration, new technologies, and interspecies teamwork. He realized that what had begun as a simple accident had transformed into something far greater, a bridge between humans and the wider galaxy. Despite the newfound recognition, Ryan remained humble. "I was lucky," he told Ayla one evening, as they observed the stars from the horizon's observation deck. "I just followed the flow." Ayla smiled, her nodes flickering gently. "Luck is part of it, but your ability to observe, trust your instincts, and act with courage, that is what truly matters. You have made humanity respected. That is no small achievement." Ryan looked out at the streaking stars, a sense of possibility filling him. He had never thought humans could be seen as pioneers, innovators, and problem solvers on an interstellar scale. Yet here he was, proof that ordinary humans could rise to extraordinary challenges when given the opportunity. In the days that followed, Ryan continued to train and work with Ayla. Together, they refined energy resonance techniques, improved the ship's systems, and developed strategies for future missions. The Horizon became not only a vessel of exploration, but also a symbol of human ingenuity and adaptability. Ryan also began to see subtle changes in the attitudes of the crew. Humans were no longer overlooked or underestimated. Their suggestions were considered seriously. Their intuition was trusted in delicate operations. And Ryan, who had once worried about a careless comment, had become a symbol of what humans could achieve. One evening, as the Horizon sailed past a distant nebula, Ryan reflected on the journey. From an accidental remark to recognition across the ship and the Galactic Alliance, everything had changed. Humans had proven themselves capable, adaptable, and courageous. They were no longer passive observers in the galaxy. They were contributors, innovators, and pioneers. Ayla joined him at the observation window, her glow soft and comforting. "You have done more than survive, Ryan," she said. "You have shown that humans are valuable allies. Your species has potential that even we underestimated." Ryan smiled. "It's strange. I never expected any of this. I just spoke without thinking. And somehow it led to all this." "Sometimes," Ayla replied, "the smallest act opens the largest doors. You opened a path not only for yourself, but for your entire species." Ryan felt a deep sense of pride and responsibility. Humanity's reputation in the galaxy had changed, thanks to courage, curiosity, and intuition. He realized that the journey ahead would be filled with new challenges, discoveries, and opportunities to prove what humans could do. As he stood beside Ayla, watching the stars, Ryan allowed himself a quiet thought. Perhaps humanity's greatest strength was not its technology or strength, but its ability to observe, adapt, and act in ways that others could not. Perhaps a single human, guided by courage and curiosity, could change the course of interstellar history. And somewhere deep inside, he knew that the adventure had only just begun. The Horizon continued its journey, carrying Ryan, Ayla, and the rest of the crew into the unknown, a symbol of unity, discovery, and the unexpected power of humanity. One day, the galaxy would look at humans not as secondary participants, but as pioneers whose intuition, creativity, and courage could shape the future. And Ryan Holt, who had accidentally spoken a simple observation, had become the first to prove it. As the ship sailed onward, the stars stretched endlessly before them, and Ryan realized something extraordinary. Humans were no longer limited by fear or underestimation. They could rise, achieve, and inspire. And in the vastness of space, there was no limit to what humanity could accomplish. With a quiet smile, Ryan said to himself, "Next time I think something, maybe I'll speak it, but carefully. Who knows what doors it might open?" And with that, the Horizon sailed on, carrying the promise of humanity to the farthest reaches of the galaxy.